it made the beats actually come out of them. Man, you actually see dudes run their head into that wall. You actually saw dudes jumping off the top bunk, hitting their head in the toilet and dying.
When it comes to even with the drug situation, what was the most prominent drug you seen being used while you was in there?
The most prominent?
Yeah, the one that was just used the most.
Mojo.
What's it called?
Mojo.
What is that?
That's synthetic marijuana.
Oh yeah, like K2 and things of that nature.
Yeah, what was it like? Made K2 look like nothing.
This goes another level. Mojo.
Yeah.
Okay, this is new to me. When did this come about? Like, around what year would you say?
Probably around 2017. It just went to dominate. 2016, 2017.
What was it about this drug that made it? What was what the effect? Was it? I heard some of it because it's synthetic, it's not detectable. Like, what was it about this one? Price or?
It wasn't detectable, and it made the beats actually come out of them. Man, you actually see dudes run their head into that wall. You actually saw dudes jumping off the top bunk, hitting their head in the toilet and dying. Running up the fence. Dudes running out up the wall. You know, you be like, how you ran up that wall?
Wow.
Jumping on top of the building. Dudes just... I remember I came on the yard one time and just dudes on both sides of the fence because I was an out of camp. And so, you know, they got a fence separating you so you don't be together. And you got a line, the fence go down. You know, the fence separate both yards. And so, man, you got dudes on both sides of the fence just holding on to the fence, all throwing up yellow stuff. Just yellow stuff. Then you see a dude jump over the fence. So Mojo did, man, Mojo was a drug that they wouldn't have did back in the days.
Wow, yeah.
Because the dude we want you to smoke it back in the days because of the mentality.
Damn. How scarce or how important was the cigarette sales going on in there as far as having a cigarette or someone who sold cigarettes?
Oh, cigarettes was big after they took cigarettes.
Yeah.
Cigarettes was
someone once told me.
A great hustle.
Yeah, someone told me they made hundreds of thousands, if not $1 million selling, getting those cigarettes off.
Yeah, see, in Louisiana, it'd be a little hard. It wouldn't be hard to make it. You could do it. But in Louisiana, the prices are not as high as they are in Texas, because y'all economy is so much more higher than ours, or in the feds, where you got more dudes that have more money, and their families got more money, and they coming from every different state in America to one penitentiary. But man, cigarettes, how you gonna make that money?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Now, of course, we always speak on it. Again, the natural fear of prison, and whenever someone says, "Oh, you're gonna go to prison," I hope there's a man that's in there and who takes your manhood. They always seem to pray like that's where, to the point I even heard a judge say it to an inmate, to a convict, as she was sentencing that person, saying, I hope someone makes you their girlfriend. And I'm like, the fact that is kind of jarred into our reality. Is that something that, of course, you was in the 80s. Is that something that was like, yes, your goal is to not become someone's girlfriend while you are in prison?
Back then it was. Now, dudes ain't on that.
Yeah, what was it back then? Was it is it still, again, no cameras or something? What was it back then that made it so?
It wasn't no women. It was just barbarianism. So, that saying was very true back then, the strong prey on the weak. So, you know, if you was a weak dude back then, because they was trying you. It was barbarianism. Guys was actually coming, say, man, get a knife, man, I want you. You'd be like, what? But, you know, it was a mentality.
Yeah. They say there was a situation where now you could tell. Like after a while, the guards you could tell they put they put a system up to where it's, you know, prisons have to protect people now. You can't just get that happen. But you were there before that situation was where who could you run to? I mean, who like just
you would have to know which guard to run to, because some guards be like, man, I don't want to hear that. Go on back in now.
I don't want to hear that.
Yeah, man, the guards was just like the prisoners. Then you had dudes praying on dudes, like, especially you going to the cell block, it'd be like, man, keep my cell open to put a fresh fish up in here with me. And the guards would be like, all right, I'm gonna keep it open for you. So on Monday nights, he'll be, I already told you, look, such and such coming to your cell. So they be setting you up.
Yeah, for what purpose? For money? For just entertainment?
Just because they was evil like that.
Damn.
Just evil. It wasn't because of no money. At that point, you know, some of them might charge you, but you know, some of them are just evil guards.
Damn. Now you said it was a lack of women. No women was there. Was that like, what do you mean as far as women weren't like no CO workers? So it was all men at that time.
Yeah.
Damn. So to see a woman was only probably maybe visitation if you had somebody come visit you.
Or they got a system called the ARP system. And that's when you write a grievance on security for whatever reason. So they had a woman bring you that, and when you go to the infirmary.
Women nurses.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, to wake up to only men, go to sleep I only have seen men.
So, you know, somebody gonna always try to overpower somebody in those terms when you just put men around men.
Who would you say was the weakest people in there, the weakest links in there? Was it white boys? Was it young kids? What?
It was definitely in Angola. It was white dudes.
Yeah.
It was white dudes, because Angola isn't like any other prison in America.
Yeah, I keep hearing this. Yeah,
because you can go to Angola, it ain't about race. Even though the white dude's gonna stick with the white dudes, but they so few that it ain't really like, and you ain't gotta join nothing. Mm. You can just go to Angola and just be you. You ain't gotta join nothing in Angola. But the Mexicans starting to come in now. And they stick together.
Ah, yeah.
The white dudes stick together, but
it's not that many of them or something.
Yeah. And so it don't really matter. Mm. So you would look at them as being the weakest.
Is it